See, the Chalukyan age, a political vacuum created after the decline of the Vishnukundinis in Telangana was filled in by the Chalukyas of Badami and later by the Rashtrakutas. Their presence in the Telangana can be attested from the availability of inscriptional sources. Badami Chalukyas ruled the Deccan region from the middle of the 6th to the middle of the 8th century CE. Though their capital Badami of Vatapi was situated in the Karnataka, they nonetheless controlled some parts of Telangana region through governors and Rashtrapatis and Vishayapatis. Similarly, the Rashtrakutas who succeeded the Badami Chalukyas also exercised their control over the parts of Telangana region between the 8th and 10th centuries by evolving a systematic administrative system. Thus, both these major ruling families, though belonging to the region outside of Telangana, were instrumental in evolving an organized social structure in Telangana. Around the time when the Badami Chalukya power was in decline, two important Chalukyan families, although when the time Badami Chalukyan power was in decline, two important Chalukyan families, Vemulavada Chalukya and Mudigonda Chalukya, emerged in Telangana with Vemulavada or Koravi or Mudigonda as their headquarters respectively. They were contemporary to the Rashtrakutas of Malkhed and Eastern Chalukyas of Vengi. An important aspect of these two minor Chalukyan families was that they often took sides with Vengi Chalukyas and Rashtrakutas in their conflict over the control of fertile tracts of Krishna Godavari Doab, while Vemulavada Chalukya supported Krishna Godavari Doab, while Vemulavada Chalukya supported the Rashtrakutas. The rulers of Mudigonda Chalukya defended the rulers of Vengi in the Telangana front. Their military prowess and strategic location helped their overlords to become emperors, and on some occasions it was practically their support that decided the fate of either Malkhed or Vengi. After the fall of Rashtrakutas' rule in Telangana, on its place, Chalukyas of Kalyani emerged and ruled more than 200 years, that is 11th and 12th centuries. During the Western Chalukyas of or Kalyani Chalukyas period, their subordinate or Samanta rulers emerged, such as Kandur Chodas, ruled from southern Telangana, Polavas, rulers from Karimnagar district, Kakatiyas from Urugallu, ruled with loyalty to the Chalukyas of Kalyani, that is Western Chalukyas. Thus, in the history of Telangana, who came to the power in Telangana, who came to power in Telangana and ruled in between 6th to 12th century CE, ruling dynastic were mostly belonged to the Chalukyas. Hence, this period was called Chalukyan age, which 6th to 12th century is called Chalukyan age. Chalukyas of Badami ruled between 543 to 752 CE, that is 543 to 752 CE. Tummayyanur inscription of Pulakeshi II. Tummayyanur inscription of Pulakeshi II is referring some parts of Kurnool and Mahbubnagar district. Some parts of Kurnool and Mahbubnagar districts are called as Chalukya Vishya. See, Tummayyanur inscription of Pulakeshi II. Tummayyanur inscription of Pulakesi II is referring some parts of Kurnool and Mahbubnagar districts are called as Chalukya Vishaya, and historians believed that this Chalukyan Vishaya as a native place of Chalukyas. This Chalukyan Vishaya as a native place of Chalukyas. Founder of independent Chalukyan dynasty was Pulakeshin I, 535 to 566 CE. His father was the founder was Pulakesi I, 535 to 566 CE. His father was Ranaraga, and grandfather was Jayasimha Vallabha, were feudatories of Vishnukundins and Kadambas. Pulakesi I took out the Chalukyan authority from the feudatory level and revised it to the status of an independent kingdom. He occupied Vatapi or Badami and built a strong fort there, 543 CE, and made it his capital. In his inscriptions found at Badami and another at Yeleshwaram reveals about his victories, performance of his Ashwamedha sacrifice and extension of his kingdom up to the Nalgonda district. Among the Chalukyan rulers, he was the first who assumed the title of Maharaja. His descendants ruled about 200 years between 543 to 252 CE. Among the Pulakeshi II, 609 to 642 CE, was the greatest ruler. His Aihole inscription states that he defeated North Indian Lord Harshavardhana and established his supremacy over entire South India. Thus, he bought entire Telugu lands even some Tamil lands by defeating those Telugu Pallavan rulers. During Pulakeshi II period, during Pulakeshi II period, 610 to 642 CE, during Pulakeshi II rule period, many Karnataka people as army generals and as governors appointed in Telangana and Andhra area. One such was his brother Kubja Vishnuvardhana in 624 CE, appointed as governor over the Vengi, became founder of Eastern Chalukyas of Vengi. His descendants ruled over his more than 6 centuries. Thus, Badami Chalukyan rulers influenced political, social, and economical and cultural spheres of Telangana through directly or indirectly through their Samantas. One such Samantas rulers were Chalukyas of Vemulavada of Karimnagar, was an important one. Another one is Rashtrakutas. Rashtrakutas are 750 to 973, 750 to 973. Rashtrakutas occupied the most prominent place as the feudatories of Chalukyas of Badami. After the decline of the Badami Chalukyas, established the independent and vast empire. Many districts of Telangana used to be under the rule of the Rashtrakutas. Manyakheda in Karnataka remained as their capital. They ruled the areas of Karnataka, Maharashtra and Telangana for more than 200 years. As an imperial rulers, great rulers of Rashtrakutas. The greatest rulers of Rashtrakutas are its founder Danti Durga, followed by Krishnavan, Dhruvaraja, Govinda III, Amoghavarsha, Krishna II are important. Under these rulers, the polity, socio-economic and cultural spheres of Telangana was affected directly and indirectly through their subordinate rulers such as Chalukyas of Vemulavada and Chalukyas of Mudigonda emerged in the Telangana. So once again, see kings who Danti Durga, Krishnavan, Dhruvaraja, Govinda III, Amoghavarsha and Krishna II. Once again I am telling Rashtrakuta rulers Danti Durga, Krishnavan, Dhruvaraja, Govinda III, Amoghavarsha and Krishna II. And we have seen Chalukyas of Badami and Chalukyas of Vengi, right? And Samanta rulers as Chalukyas of Vemulavada of Karimnagar. But when Rashtrakutas emerged, their Samantas who Chalukyas of Vemulavada of Karimnagar and Chalukyas of Mudigonda emerged in Telangana. If you look at the Vemulavada Chalukyas, 750 to 973 CE, the Chalukyan lineage at Vemulavada or Lemulavada, presently in Karimnagar district, first came into political prominence during the first half of the 8th century. Though the early members of this family can be traced from time of Vemulavada, also known as Lebulavada, Vataka Chalukyas, were in the service of Pulakeshi II, who, impressed by the valor of the Satyashraya Ranavikrama, the earliest known member of this family, gave him Sapadalaksha territory. That is, because of the Satyashraya Ranavikrama, who belonged to the Vemulavada family, the valor of Satyashraya Ranavikrama, the earliest known member of this family, gave him Sapadalaksha territory. That is, Sapadalaksha means a kingdom of 1,25,000 rupees, yielding villages territory. Sapadalaksha. That is 1,25,000 rupees yielding villages territory, corresponding to the present day Karimnagar and Nizamabad districts of Telangana, and administered it with Bodhan as a center. The successors of Ranavikrama, namely Prithvipati and Rajaditya Prithvi Vikrama, supported to Badami rulers. After the decline of the Badami Chalukyas, the Vemulavada Chalukyas owed their allegiance to Rashtrakutas and remained as subordinate rulers with a semi-independent status for a span of nearly 2 centuries of their rule. The history of this family is known to us from the Kollipara, Kuravakatta and Parabani and Vemulavada plates. Kollipara, Kuravakatta, Parabani and Vemulavada plates. Once again I am saying the history of this family, Vemulavada Chalukyas, is known to us from the Kollipara, Kuravakatta, Parabani and Vemulavada plates. The Pampas Vikramarjana Vijayam also furnished details about the genealogy of this family. Vinayaditya Yuddhamalla 750 to 780 CE, the fifth ruler, was the real founder and the first celebrated king of this family. Who, see, first thing is Satyashraya Ranavikrama. he got Saptalaksha territory. And next, fifth ruler, Vinayaditya Yuddhamalla I. He was the real founder and the first celebrated king of this family. He ruled over Saptalaksha country, which identified with the areas covered by the Karimnagar and Nizamabad districts of Telangana. He assisted the Rashtrakuta king Tanti Durga in overthrowing the Badami Chalukya power, and in return acquired his position as the ruler of Bodhana, that is modern Bodhan area. Yuddhamalla was Yuddhamalla, Vinayaditya Yuddhamalla I, 750 to 780 CE, succeeded by his son Harikesari I, and was the sixth ruler of this dynasty, 780 to 800. Harikesari. The Kollipara plates of this king speak of him as a learned prince proficient in grammar, Gajatantra, treatise on elephantry, logic, archery and medicine. In the conflicts that ensued between the Rashtrakutas and the eastern Chalukyas, Harikesari helped the Rashtrakuta king Dhruva in conquering the Chalukya rulers of Vengi and Trikalinga. During his reign, the Vemulavada Chalukya kingdom extended up to Srishailam and Yelleshwaram regions. After Harikesari I, succeeded by his son Narsimha I as a seventh, later his son Yuddhamalla II as a eighth ruler. Harikesari, Narsimha I and Yuddhamalla II as a eighth ruler. But there is not much information pertaining to these rulers. Most distinguished ruler of the Vemulavada Chalukyan family was the ninth king Beddega 850 to 895 CE. He was described as the hero of 42 battles and called with the epithet Solada Ganda, a unvanquished hero who Chalukyan family ninth king Beddega Solada Ganda, an unvanquished hero. Beddega 850 to 895 CE, Solada Ganda, unvanquished hero. Beddega captured Chalukyan Bhima I and Eastern Chalukyan king in the war that took place near the water fort of Kunala or Kolleru in the Vengi area. Beddega's political influence was felt as far as Bastar, where the ancient Chitrakuta Mandala was situated. He was constructed a temple of Baddegeshwara, which is identified with the Bhimeshwara temple at Vemulavada. Baddegeshwara, which is identified with the Bhimeshwara temple at Vemulavada. After Baddega, his son Yuddhamalla, 895 to 915 CE, succeeded to throne as a 10th ruler. After him, his son Narsimha II, 915 to 930, succeeded as a 11th ruler. Narsimha was a powerful warrior and bagged a number of victories for his Rashtrakuta master. Narasimha was a powerful warrior and bagged a number of victories for his Rashtrakuta master Indratri. He conquered the Latas, reduced Malwa and defeated the Gurjara king Mahipala. He led his armies as far as the river Ganges. Rashtrakuta master Narasimha was a powerful warrior and bagged a number of victories for his Rashtrakuta master Indratri. He conquered the Latas, reduced Malwa and defeated the Gurjara king Mahipala. He led his armies as far as the river Ganges. To commemorate his victories in these campaigns, Narasimha II erected a stone pillar at Kalapriya on the bank of river Yamuna. His achievements were cherished by his successors in their inscriptions. Pampa's Vikramarjuna Vijayam also gives an graphic account of his achievements. Impressed by his valor of Narasimha II, Indratri offered his sister Jakkave in marriage to him. Thus, the prestige of Vemulavada Chalukyan family rose to the great heights in the Deccan during the Narasimha II time. Narasimha II, succeeded by his son as a 12th ruler, was the most illustrious king, Harikesari II. He was described as a great scholar, warrior and administrator, a great builder and patron of letters. It was under his patronage the Kannada poet Pampa wrote Vikramarjuna Vijayam, a masterpiece in Kannada literature, who Harikesari II. The Aditya Griha in Vemulavada was built during his regime. Aditya Griha Harikesari married Aditya Griha in Vemulavada was built during his regime. Harikesari married Reva Kanirmadi and Lokambika. Harikesari married Reva Kanirmadi and Lokambika, the daughters of Rashtrakuta king Indratri, as a close relation to the royal family of the Rashtrakutas. Harikesari played an important role in the internal affairs of Rashtrakuta king. He was responsible for accession of Amogha Varsha. See, Indra III gave his his sister Jakkave to Narasimha II. His son is Arikesari II, and Indra III daughters Rashtrakuta king has a close relation to the royal family of the Rashtrakutas. Arikesari played an important role in the internal affairs of the Rashtrakuta family. He was responsible for accession of Amogavarsha III by defeating his brother Govinda IV. Arikesari had two sons, namely Vagaraja and Bhadradeva from Revan. Arikesari had two sons, namely Vagaraja and Bhadradeva from Revaka Nirmadi and Lokambika and Rashtrakuta princess. After his death, the kingdom was divided into two parts between these two sons. While Bhadradeva ruled from Vemulavada, the capital of the kingdom, his brother Vagaraja made Gangadhara as his headquarters. Vagaraja patronized Somadeva Suri, the author of Yashasti Laka Champu, described the king as Padmopajivi, a worshipper of the fleet of the Rashtrakuta kings. Krishna III indicate Rashtrakuta king. See, Yashasti Laka Champu. Vagaraja patronized Somadeva Suri, the author of Yashastilika Champu, described the king as the Padmopajavi, as a worshipper of the feet of the Rashtrakuta king Krishna III. Including the declining power of the Vemulavada Chalukya, the rule of this family came to an end under Arikesari III. That is indicating the declining power of the Vemulavada Chalukya. The rule of this family came to an end under Arikesari III, 966 to 973 CE, son and successor, Arikesari III, son and successor of Bhadradeva. By 973, Rashtrakutas were displaced by the Chalukyas of Kalyani under Taila II. The availability of the Taila's inscriptions at Koraprolu in Medak. The Rashtrakutas was replaced by Chalukyas of Kalyani under Taila II. The availability of the Taila's inscriptions at Koraprolu in Medak district by 973 incidentally happens to be the earliest record of the king. It marks the transfer of Rashtrakuta authority to the tough Kalyani Chalukyas in Telangana. So next is Mudigonda Chalukyas. Mudigonda Chalukyas 850 to 1200 CE. The Mudigonda Chalukyas ruled the areas around the Mudigonda and the Koravi, corresponding to the present parts of Khammam and Warangal districts in Telangana. The history of this family is known to us from the Mogoli Cheruvula grant of Kusuma Yuddha IV, Kukunuru plates, Krivaka grant of Kusumaditya, and Natta Rameshwaram records. The contemporary inscriptions of Vemulavada Chalukya, Kakatiyas and Viriyala rulers also give evidence of this family. The Mudigonda Chalukyas had their capital at Mudigonduru, after which they were called Mudigonda Chalukyas. The contemporary Mudigonda Chalukyas ruled the areas around Mudigonda and Koravi, present-day Khammam and Warangal. The history of the family is known to us from the Mogoli Cheruvula grant of Kusuma Yuddha IV, Kukunuru plates, Krivaka grant or Kukunuru plates of Kusumaditya, and Natta Rameshwaram records. The contemporary inscriptions of Vemulavada Chalukyas, Kakatiyas and Viriyala rulers also give evidence of this family. Mudigonda Chalukyas had their capital at Mudigondnuru, after which they were called Mudigonda Chalukyas. Their kingdom bordered the kingdom of Vengi and Malkhed, but the kingdom covered much of the forest area along the river Godavari in Khammam, Warangal and Krishna districts, and command all enemy entry points into the Vengi kingdom. The Mudigonda Chalukyas were subordinates of the eastern Chalukyas of Vengi and held responsibility of protecting the north. The western borders of Chalukyas of Vengi. They emerged on the political scene during the period of Chalukya Badami I of Vengi, Chalukya Bhima of I Vengi. Since their neighbors, Vemulavada Chalukyas, were not only related but also loyal vassals of the Rashtrakutas. The Chalukyas of Mudigonda, for survival, aligned with the Vengi power, ensuring the political equilibrium in the strategic zone. They adopted the Vengi Chalukyan seal, which represents Varaha Lachanna, Amkusa, Crescent, Sanka, Makara Torana, a couple of fly, whisks, an empty throne and umbrella. That is, they adopted the Vengi Chalukyan seal, which represents Varaha Lachanna, Amkusa, Crescent, Sanka, Makara Toranam, a couple of fly, whisks, an empty throne and umbrella. The early history of this family is not clearly known. Mughal Cheruvu grant refers to the Mughal Cheruvu grant refers to Kokiraja and Ranamarda as two brothers who occupied the area pertaining to the present district of Khammam and established their rule with their capital at Mudugonduru. So, Kokiraja was a valorous king who ruled the kingdom with the help of his brother Ranamarda. Ranamarda and Kokiraja. Ranamarda was an outstanding warrior, and Mughal Cherubula grant described him as a veritable Rama on the battlefield. It was under him that Mudigonda Chalukyas extended their authority over the areas of. It was during his rule that Mudigonda Chalukyas extended their authority over the areas of Manchikonda Vishya and Kondapalli, who Ranamarda and Kokiraja. Under the Ranamarda, the Mudigonda Chalukyas extended their authority over the areas of Manchikonda Vishya and Kondapalli. As a royal insignia, Ranamarda bore Kantika necklace named Ranamarda Kantiya, which was esteemed as Kuladana, a traditional sacred heirloom and worshipped as Kuladevata by successors of this line. That is, as a royal insignia, Ranamarda bore Kantika necklace named as Ranamarda Kantiya, which was esteemed as Kuladana, a traditional sacred heirloom and worshipped as Kuladevata by successors of this line. So, Ranamarda was succeeded by his son Kusuma Yuddha I. He was described as Ranamardhanavaya Kulatilaka. He rendered loyal services to Chalukya Bhima I of the Vengi Chalukyan line. During the reign of Chalukyan Bhima I, the Rashtrakuta, along with their subordinates, the Vemulavada Chalukyas, intruded into Vengi. See, during the Chalukya Bhima I, the Rashtrakuta, along with their subordinates of the Vemulavada Chalukya, intruded into the Vengi country, but had to suffer the defeat in the hands of the Kusuma Yuddha I, who stood with dauntless courage and remarkable bravery in restoring the Vengi kingdom to the Chalukya Bhima. It was for this act the Chalukya Bhima I not only offered a high position to Kusuma Yuddha, but also upon his request granted a village by the name Kukiparru to Brahmana named Potamaya. That is, based on the not only offered a high position to the Kusuma Yuddha I, but also upon his request granted a village by the name Kukiparru to a Brahmana named Potamaya. Kukiparru to Brahmana named Potamaya. Thus, Kusuma Yuddha or Kusumaditya I, 870 to 895, gained importance during this period. Okay, Kusumaditya, after his successors ruled, Kusuma Yuddha gained importance during this period. Thereafter, his successors ruled Mudigonda kingdom up to 1200 CE. The genealogy of these rulers are given Gonagaya. Kusuma Yuddha had two sons, Gonagaya and Niravadya. Out of the regard to the Gunaga Vijayaditya of the famous Vengi Chalukyan ruler. Kusuma Yuddha named one of his sons as Gunagaya Vijayaditya. Okay, Gunagaya. He was called as Kharigonaga, Black Gonaga. After Kusuma Yuddha, Gonagaya ascended the throne, ruled between 895 to 910 CE. Thereafter, the internal conflicts that arose in the Vengi after Chalukya Bhima, Gonagaya has lost the affection of Vengi Chalukyas. Taking advantage of this development, his brother Niravadya removed Gonagaya and himself ascended the Mudigonda Chalukyan throne and ruled 910 to 935 CE. This information is given by the Koravi inscription. Having lost the kingdom, Gonagaya had sought the help of Harikesari II, Arikesari, having this information is given by Koravi inscription. Having lost the kingdom, Gonagaya has sought the help of Arikesari to 932-955 CE. With the help of Arikesari to Gonagaya and his eldest son Baddega ruled some years. Gonagaya and his eldest son Baddega ruled some years Chennur province of Adilabad district as the subordinate or Samanta of Arikesari of Chalukyas of Vemunavada. Later, with the help of Arikesari II, Gonagaya has dethroned his brother Niravadya and acquired the Mudigonda kingdom back and put his second son Kusuma Vyuddha II on the throne of Mudigonda 935 to 960 CE. In the later period up to the 1200 CE, the descendants of Gonagaya have ruled over the Mudigonda kingdom. In the meanwhile, political conditions have changed in the Vengi kingdom and the Rashtrakuta kingdom. In the Vengi kingdom, the Jatachoda Bhima, local Samanta ruler declared his independence in the Vengi by ousting the Vengi Chalukyas at Vengi, and in Rashtrakuta kingdom by removing the Rashtrakuta dynasty. Tailpa II, the Kalyani Chalukyan ruler, founded this dynasty. Tailpa II, a Kalyani Chalukyan ruler, founded this dynasty. Thereafter, the Kakatiya kingdom has emerged as the subordinates of Kalyani Chalukyas, and in the course of the period of Kakatiya kingdom became powerful, conflicted with the Mudigonda Chalukyas, and finally by the period of Kakatiya Ganapati Deva, the Mudigonda kingdom became a part of Kakatiya kingdom. Now, Kalyani Chalukya 973 to nearly 12th century 1189. The Kalyani Chalukya, also came to known as Western Chalukyan, claimed their descent from the main line of the Chalukyas of Badami. After the decline of the Badami Chalukyas, the scions of this family remained in the obscurity for about 2 centuries. They served as the vassals under the Rashtrakutas. The earliest member of this family was Taila I, was a subordinate ruler under the Rashtrakuta king Krishna II. He was succeeded by his son Vikramaditya IV. Both these early rulers consolidated their position chiefly by marriage alliances with the Cheddis and the Rashtrakutas. In 973 CE, Taila II, 973 to 997, the son and successor of the Vikramaditya IV, finding an opportunity time, overthrew the Rashtrakuta suzerainty and established an independent kingdom with Manyakeda as their initial capital. It was from this time onwards the Western Chalukyas' influence in Telangana was largely felt. This is known from the discovery of several stone inscriptions found in Karimnagar, Medak, Nalgonda, Mehbubnagar, Warangal districts. Most of these inscriptions were bilingual, containing most Sanskrit and Kannada verses. The Taila II was succeeded by his son Satyashraya 997 to 10008. He was also known as Irriva Bedanga Satyashraya. His chief queen Devakabbe lived in Chopadandi in Karimnagar district and constructed Divakareshwar Alayam temple. Satyashraya was succeeded by Vikramaditya V, who in turn 1008 to 1015 CE, who in turn was succeeded by Jagadeka Malla Jayasimha II, 1015 to 1042. Many inscriptions pertaining to his reign were found in Telangana. Most of the grants were given for the construction of the temples. After the death of Jayasimha II, his son Trilokamalla Someshwara came to power in 1042 to 1068. He shifted the capital from Malkhed to Kalyani in Karnataka. It was during his period the Kakatiyas came to prominence. Impressed by the services rendered by the Prula Raja I, Someshwara presented him with Hanumakonda Vishya to rule. That is, it was during this period the Kakatiyas came to prominence. Jayasimha, after the death of Jayasimha, his son Trilokamalla Someshwara came to power 1042 to 1068. He shifted the capital from Malkhed to Kalyani in Karnataka. It was during his period that the Kakatiyas came to prominence. Impressed by the services rendered by the Prola Raja I, Someshwara presented him with the Hanumakonda Vishya to rule. The greatest among the later Chalukyan rulers, Tribhuvanamalla 6 1076 to 1126 or Vikramaditya 6. During his period, used Potlakiri, Patancheru in Hyderabad or Potlakiri, and Kollipake or Kulpaka or Kollanupaka in Nalgonda as a military campus. The roads from the Hyderabad to Shanigaram assumed great Sanikaram. The roads from the Hyderabad to Sanikaram assumed great importance for the movement of military. Sanikaram, in fact, served as a military camp for the Western Chalukyan armies. So, after that, the Polavasa chief, who ruled over the Pola region in Karimnagar district, came into political prominence during the reign of Vikramaditya VI. Tribhuvanamalla 6. Four important rulers of this family, namely Polavasa chiefs, are Meda Raja 1, Jaggadeva 1, Meda Raja 2, Mantrakuta Gundaraja ruled his region for nearly 60 years. During their rule, they constructed temples like Paulateshwara temple at Polas and Vikramala Jinalaya. That is, these are the king's chiefs, right? Polavasa chiefs ruled over the Pola regions in Karimnagar district. Came into political prominence during the reign of the Vikramaditya VI. Four important rulers of this family, namely Meda Raja 1, Jaggadeva 1, Meda Raja 2, and Mantrakuta Gundaraja ruled this region for nearly 60 years. During their rule, they constructed temples like Paulateshwara, Paul Astishwara temple at Polas and Vikramala Jinalaya and made liberal donations. During the same period, the most important subordinate southern Telangana ruler of Chalukya was Kandur Cholas, not Cholas, it is Chodas. So, Kandur Chodas are most important rulers who ruled southern Telangana regions such as Nalgonda, Mehboob districts totally, Neelakondalapalli region of Khammam, and up to Kondapalli Nadu of Krishna districts area from 1040 CE to 1290, around 250 years. Their capital towns such as Panagallu, Kolanipaka are located in the Nalgonda districts. Kanduru and Koduru and Vardhamanapuram are located in Mehboob districts. Kanduru, Koduru, Vardhamanapuram are located in Mehboob districts. The ancestors of Kanduru Chodas are belonging to the famous Chodas or Chola dynasty of Karikala Chola or Chola ruling over the Aruvasima. The Aruvasima means the region's southern side of the Krishna river, such as Atmakur, Markapuram, Dornala of Kurnool, and northern side of the river Krishna region, northern side of the river Krishna region, such as Mehboob Nalgonda, and Khammam, etc. In the course of the period, they lost southern territories from their control and established their dynasty as subordinate of Kalyani Chalukyas and sometimes independent and sometimes subordinates of Kakatiyas ruled the Telangana more than 250 years. Who this Kandukur Chodas? The first ruler, the founder of this dynasty was Aruva Bhimadeva Choda ruled Nalgonda Mandalam or Aruva Mandalam with the capital of Panagallu town. Where is the Panagallu at all? Panagallu is in Nalgonda district. Kalunipaka, Panagallu, Nalgonda. So the first ruler, founder of this dynasty was Aruva Bhimadeva Choda, ruled Nalgonda Mandalam or Aruva Mandalam with the capital of Panagallu town, ruled nearly 1040 to 1050. He succeeded by his son Aruvatondaya I ruled nearly 1050 to 1065 with Panagallu capital and brought Sirikonda, Neelakondalapalli, Rajakonda, Bhuvanagiri, Devarakonda areas under his control. He strengthened the Vadapalli seaport and ensured ship transportation to eastern towns through Krishna river for the purpose of the trade and commerce. After Tundaya, his son Bhimadeva Choda II ascended the Panagallu throne in 1065 CE and ruled up to 1077 as third ruler of this dynasty, expanded in the kingdom. He supported Kalyani Chalukyan ruler Vikramaditya VI in his wars, bought Kolnipaka 7000 and Kanduru Nadu 1100 villages as reward to rule under this control. From this time onwards, their capital was shifted to Kandur Nadu. Hence, Arva Choda rulers came to be known as Kanduru Chodas. Where is Kanduru? Kanduru is in the Mahbubnagar district. From Nalgonda to Mahbubnagar, they shifted the capital. If you look at the chart of Kanduri Choda's genealogy table, Karikala Chola, next Aruva Bhima Chodudu, next Aruva Tondaya Chodudu, Aruva Bhima Chodudu 2, and for him Aruva Tondaya Chodudu 2, Irugana, Kondaya Chola, Mallikarjuna Chodudu, next Udayana and Bhima Deva Choda, Nalla Bhima Deva Choda, Choda Bhima Narayana, and Gorkana Deva Choda. Next, so on. So Bhima Deva Choda too blessed 4 sons. Among them, the eldest son was Tondaya Choda. 2. Ascended the throne of Kanduru Nadu as the 4th ruler of this dynasty and ruled nearly 1077 to 1098, 20 years, expanded the kingdom and bought many areas under his control. Those are hill forts like Bhonagiri, Indrapala Gutta, Rajakonda, Devarakonda, Anantagiri, Kondapalli, Undrugonda, Neelagiri, Aruvapalli, Urulugonda, Panagallu Kota, Kanduru, Ganapuram, Podichedu, Mannanuru, so on. Land forts Gangapuram, Vardhamanapuram, and Amrabad, Amanakallu, Nimmani, Neelakondalapalli, and Anumola, Rachuru, Koduru, Magatala, Kolanupaka, Vangur, and water forts like Vadapalli, and forest fort like Mannanuru. So, the above mentioned forts are parts of a kingdom of Tondaya Choda too. Some of these were put under the administrative control of Mahasamantas, Samantas, Mandalikas, and army generals who were carrying royal orders with obedience. Therefore, Tondaya Choda too, 2 sons succeeded to the throne. The Kondaya Chodudu and Mallikarjuna Chodudu both ruled with a combination 1098 to 1101, a 5th and 6th rulers of this dynasty. Thereafter, in serial, Kanduri Bhima Deva Chodudu, Somanatha Deva Chodudu, Gokarnudu, the 10th king of the Udayanadu, was most famous. After that, Bhima and Gokarna both combinedly, Somanatha Deva Chodudu, Bhima and Udayatya Deva Chodudu both combinedly, and Veeramallana Deva Chodudu, Ramanatha Deva Chodudu, and 17 rulers ruled Kanduri Choda kingdom. If you look at the administration and the assessment of that period, through the Kanduru Chodas and Kakatiyas were emerged as subordinates of Chalukyas of Kalyani, where Kakatiyas were ruling when Kakatiyas were ruling limited area of the Hanumakonda and Shabi Mandalam, Karimnagar of Telangana. But at the same time, Kanduri Chodas were ruling over the vast areas of southern Telangana regions such as Mahbubnagar, Nalgonda, Khammam, and some parts of Krishna district, and stood far ahead in Telangana. When the Chalukyas of Kalyani power was disintegrating in Telangana, Kanduri Chodas under the Udayana Choda Maharaju and his son Bhimadeva Chodudu became independent rulers in Telangana and followed the administrative system of Chalukyas of Kalyani. That is, when the Chalukyas of Kalyani power was disintegrating in Telangana, Kanduri Chodas under Udaya Choda Maharaju and his son Bhimadeva Chodudu became independent rulers in Telangana and followed the administrative system of Chalukyas of Kalyani rulers. The most important feature of Kanduri Chodas is that both the brothers were ruling with combination at the same time without any successive struggles in any important and novel one. Is an important and novel one. Such a system we would not trace out anywhere. It reveals that they were given utmost importance for the well-being of the people. From the reign of Kakatiya Rudradeva and Kanduri Chodas became subordinates of Kakatiyas. That is, from the reign of Kakatiya Rudradeva, the Kanduri Chodas became subordinates of Kakatiyas. From Kakatiya Rudradeva, Kanduri Chodas became subordinates of Kakatiyas. During the Gokarna Deva Choda and his successors period, Kanduri Chodas were ruling only Nalgonda and Ponugollu areas as Samantas of Kakatiya. In the course of the period, finally, by the end of the Rudramadevi, they lost their independence and became the part of Kakatiya kingdom. Thus, Kanduri Chodas were ruled over the vast areas of South Telangana regions for more than 250 years and built many temples and canals for welfare of the people, tanks, canals for the welfare of the people. The temples that were built during this period traced out at Panagallu, Nalgonda, namely Panchala Someshwara and Chaya Someshwara and Kanduru and Vardhamanapuram, Shiva temples, Someshwara temple at Bhunagiri, Narsimha temple at Mamillapalli, Vanguru and Indrapuri, Panchala Someshwara of Panagallu, Nalgonda, Kolanupaka, Sirikonda, Nelakondalapalli, Burugugata, Somavaram, Kaluva Kolanu, Vadapalli, Peruru, Kudali, Sangameshwaram, Amrabad, Mannanur, Lakshmipuram, Agamutkur, Rachur, Jadcherla, Gangapuram, Koduru, Aleshwar temple are important. In addition, forts of land, hills and water etc. are also important constructions. For the promotion of agriculture, they built many tanks and canals such as Udaya Samudram in Panagallu, tank of Pedda Devulapalli, Nameli Anikat Bridge, tank of Akaram, Peruru Ahalya River Anikat Bridge, Nameli Anikat, tank of Akaram and Peruru Ahalya River Anikat Bridge, Vemlakonda Canal and Gokaram Canal tank, Akkenapalli Big King Canal, tank of Shali Goraram were standing even today. The later Chalukyan hegemony in Telangana came to an end with the decline of the family under Taila III and Someshwara IV. In the Deccan, after these rulers, we witnessed the rise of the three major ruling families, namely Kakatiyas of Varangal, Yadavas or Sinuvas of Devagiri, and Hoysalas of Dwarasamudra.